Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim, this is Tyler, and it is Tuesday, the day of the two. So I hope everyone's had a fantastic day so far, and we got some shit for you today. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for coming to hear some things that we got to say about the craziness going on in the world today. Tyler, what do we got?
All right, let's just hit it off. I don't know why I'm doing this. Stop that. That looks gay.
A little weird.
All right, so we're going to be looking at so Tamara Lich. Tamara, I'm sorry. To me it's Tamara, but all right, Tamara Lich has been granted bail. The
Oh my
good
God.
lord of a judge released her. So, you know, we'll touch on that a little bit. Well, we won't spend too much time on it because
Like a Christmas Day miracle.
the Canadian government is actually looking at going the route of the Netherlands and nitrogen emissions. Yay, famine. You don't like food?
I was going to say, is that a good thing or a bad thing? But that answered that question.
I mean, for fat people, like we at least we stand a chance because, you know, we've been packing it on for years. Like these tits.
We've been waiting for a famine. We got this.
Yeah, I've been training my whole life for a famine. And then a federal bank was creating a hit list on people that supported the Freedom Convoy.
It's funny because that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Not even a little bit, to be fair.
I don't know. I was gonna phone them and ask for comment, but they're closed. So maybe I'll give them a call tomorrow. Like, yo, what's the deal with you guys forming literal? Not I shouldn't say literal hit list, but you're making like detailed on reports of people that supported the Freedom Convoy to try and what? Pony up to the federal government? Fucking like what are you doing? Disgusting. No. It's embarrassing. You look silly. Your hair looks funny. You have a small dick.
They want to see how brown their nose can get.
You know, you ain't wrong. But before we get into that and everything else, of course, we are here. I don't know what that was. I hate that. I am never doing that again. I am sorry. Please unsubscribe. I hate that.
No, don't unsubscribe. Just it'll never happen again.
We are here Monday to Thursday. I don't know, but you're chippity choppity. Get off of my property, okay? We are here Monday to Thursday, 8:00 ish. If Kim knew how to read a clock, but you know what? It's women. The one on the stove is broken, so you know how it goes.
It's funny because I don't know how to cook. It's double funny.
You ain't wrong. All right, but so yeah, we're here Monday to Thursday. Let's just kick it off with a person that is having some kind of split personality disorder. I'm not a psychologist. I just play one in real life. So let's check out this video from Twitter.
I'm excited.
I actually feel really bad for this person. Really. Let's get him right in the feelers. All right? Play this thing.
I know I don't post on here like ever, but I need help because I have no fucking idea.
Hey, don't swear.
One of my altars, Sunny.
One of my altars.
Our inner world is surrounded by a forest, and occasionally new altars will come out from that. Like our demon altar, Shuhiel, emerged from that forest. So generally, our consensuses don't go into the forest. But Sunny's pretty new. He formed at Christmas, or technically shortly thereafter, but whatever. And no one told him, I guess, not to go into the forest, so he just kind of disappeared for a few days, maybe even a few weeks. I don't know, I wasn't really keeping tabs. He reappeared the other day with a dog. I don't think the dog is an altar.
What?
But he has a dog now. Like, is this a thing that can happen, or am I actually...
Right there. Stop right there. Look at what he said, 'cause apparently this is a he. I don't know. They seem kind of androgynous to me, but
Are you sure?
they said, "Am I?" And they stopped short. And I had posted this. They said, "Is this normal? Am I?" And they stopped short of it. Am I going crazy? Don't mind if I do. Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I was expecting them to say. I don't know. Okay, you said that, like, do you know? Okay, Forrest in his head. Okay, so here's hoping it really is a boy, because I would feel really bad if it wasn't. But I mean, the way that he was saying that, it literally, I thought exactly that he was going to say, "Am I going crazy?" And I don't know. I gotta say, I've seen some pretty forked up things on freaking TikTok, and people pretending to have mental disorders and stuff like that, like split personalities or DID, stuff like that, Tourette's. This doesn't seem made up. Like the concern on his face when he was like, "There's a dog now," like, is this an alt? Like, he actually looked concerned. I actually kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah, and so this is where I said, like if well, I guess we don't have to play anymore. I think we make the point of you're now saying your alter. So I'm assuming what your alter egos, your what your the personalities
Personalities.
inside of your head. Yeah.
Yes.
So but you're saying, like, there's a whole other world here. And you stopped short of saying, "Am I going crazy?" Like, I I was gonna make a joke about this, but then I was listening to it, because I thought it was like, the "I'm a deerkin. My pronouns are
Yeah.
deer, deers." I was thinking that, but this truly sounds like someone that is having some type of dissociative disorder.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a dumb idiot. I'm a dumb idiot. I just drive a truck. But you know what? I genuinely feel bad for this person, because you know what? You know
Yeah.
what's going to happen? They're going to say, "Oh yeah, that's totally normal. In fact, I have this, this, and this personality." And they come out, and so instead of actually getting help for this person, they say, "Live in the psychosis, live in the crazy."
Yeah, they're going to affirm it and kind of normalize it. And I mean, the thing is, there's nothing wrong with being there for the person, but the thing is, like, he actually looks concerned, and he's like, "Okay, so these things are happening, and I don't normally ask for help or do these kind of things," but you can see, like, this is actually kind of a cry for help. Like, this person is truly concerned that they might be losing their marbles. And I can't
Yeah, like,
imagine what that would feel like, to be honest. Like, I feel bad for them.
at least though, when they have a party, like, they're the fucking life of the party in their own head. Like, they throw shindigs. They probably got hookers. Come on. If you have demons, they like to party.
All right.
Demons, they're a party folk.
A little bit, yeah.
So
I
you
mean,
know
the
what?
guest list is pretty easy. You'd know they'd all attend. You wouldn't have to wait for an RSVP.
Yeah. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I love you. I love you. So this is a quick little aside. I didn't really plan on talking about this, but was talking at an RN or at a meeting. And my name is Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she, her. I am wearing a blue suit. Or I'm sitting at a table, and goes, "I am wearing a blue suit." That's your I don't care. This bitch be psycho.
This is how we
Fuck her up.
introduce ourselves now.
So MTG says, I am Marjorie Taylor Greene. I am a woman. I am a mother, and I am sick of this shit.
High five, Marjorie.
Like, what are we doing here?
I don't know.
Really? All right. So let's get into holy UPS. What can Brown do for you? Remember when people got banned for that because Kamala Harris was wearing a brown suit that looked like a UPS uniform?
Really?
And people got banned because people said that they were making racial slurs. Like, that says a lot more about you and your mentality than it does about me, because she's wearing a brown outfit. And the slogan of UPS is, what can Brown do for you?
Right? I think people you just need to chill. You need to, I don't know, smoke a little weed or something. Just chill, man. Just chill.
All right. So I'm not going to spend all that much time on this. So Tamara Litch, a judge has actually ruled that, you know, she didn't violate her bail conditions and gave a bit of a spanking to the Crown prosecutor and the justice of the peace that were trying to throw her back in prison. You know, like let's look at this. Let's look at this one way. Okay, one way. That dude that ran over protesters in Winnipeg, you remember that?
It's hard to forget the racist dude that ran over people. He was like that rapper, whatever.
Yeah, a rapper that apparently a lot of left-wing people actually disassociated from him. Not too far unlike our previous companion, who had a lot of things to dissociate from. But bad joke? All right, I'll take it. But he was released. He ran over people and he was released.
He was like hardcore white supremacist, racist dude. He sings like
He was like Aboriginal. He was like, yeah. He was like like an anarchist, left wing type of person, lefty type of thing.
Well, he was very much against anarchy. Yeah. Oh my God, I can think. He was very much against the government and shit like that. Like he used to, I guess their songs were very much like so. Well, yes, but I mean, just because you're against we're not psychotic though. We may not be for the government, but I'm not going to go jump in my vehicle and start plowing people down. Like, dude, a little over excessive. I mean,
that's a Friday night for me. Start plowing people. Okay. All right. Anyway, shut up. Serious. No more joking. No funny. But so Karimji, which I have affectionately called Moe's Karimji, cringy. This dude is like, this is like motivated prosecution. But so let's just check out this quick little bit. So on court on Monday, her Lawrence Greenspun argued the two organizers did nothing more than shake hands and pose for a photo at the gala. She spent 48 days in jail while she awaits to answer to non-violent charges. Non-violent for protesting. Okay, and everyone said that it was an occupation, that it was an insurrection. Mr. Jagmeet Singh that said that they attempted to overthrow the government? With what?
I hope she's got some really good answers for the fact of her not being violent and telling other people not to be violent, and her shaking hands with people. You better have answers, Missy. So I got the questions.
So Karimji had disagreed with the ruling in saying that says there's the potential for Litch to serve a lengthy prison sentence for her role in the Ottawa protests. Right. You're supposed to be seeking justice, not motivated prosecutions. You sent 2 homicide detectives to arrest a non-violent old woman?
What are you talking about? She's so dangerous. So dangerous.
Cringy.
It's a really good thing they had those homicide detectives, watching Tamara as opposed to actually, trying to solve murders. You don't want to get the serial killers caught or the murderer is caught is population control. Okay, you want to get these people off the freaking streets. They're inciting freedom and trying to empower people. You don't empower people. That's unacceptable.
No. Well, but we will get into population control a little bit later. But
can't wait.
So Goodman, who is the judge, Justice Andrew Goodman set Litch's detention aside, moving to a bail here de novo, essentially a fresh start, as though the previous decision never happened. So he lambasted the two previous justices, saying I'll say it in the way that he couldn't. Those two justices don't know shit. That's basically what he said in a very nice way. They don't know anything. They don't know their butthole from a hole in the ground. And these are the people that are administering justice. Goldman challenged the Crown Monday about whether he has found a case of mischief that comes close to the maximum sentence of 10 years. The answer to that is no, because there's never been an occupation of a city, the capital of Canada, for 3 weeks. Cringy said, if not in a situation such as this, then what other situation? That's what Cringy said. The guy, the Crown prosecutor, the one trying to put her in prison, was saying, if 3 weeks of protest isn't an occupation, then what is? How about all the stuff where people were literally burning shit down?
No, that wasn't an occupation. It was, they were, again, it was population control, and they were trying to clean up, the not nice looking buildings. They were probably hired by like realtors or like people who owned the area to get the gross buildings out of the way so they could build new ones, up and up.
You ain't wrong. I don't think you're that far off. Well, because we're seeing, we're seeing nurses where our hospitals are, because nurses, if you don't get vaccinated, okay, well then you're not allowed to exercise, do your profession anymore. Okay, so a lot of those people have been sidelined and been sued. There are articles of people, a dude sat in a hospital in an emergency room for 4 days with a broken leg.
That's insane. 4 days.
What?
Like, I've been to the hospital before and had to wait like 13. I think the longest I ever had to ever had to wait was 16 hours. 4 days? I'd have been like, bye. I will go get some freaking wood and I will freaking wrap this shit up myself.
Yeah, I'll do this myself. I'll break it. I'll reset it. But so the big issue that's coming. So you have tons of nurses, tons of doctors have been fired, put on leave. You have pilots that have been forced into retirement or forced to leave their job. And I let's continue on. So with Justin Trudeau, he's saying, charge ahead anyways with reduction of fertilizer. What do you mean? Oh, for what year? I will give you 5 seconds to, I'll give you 10 seconds to guess what year that we need to reduce nitrous oxide emissions by. I'll give you a guess.
2030.
I'll let you have one guess. You're dickhead.
Am I right?
That wasn't 10 seconds. Yes.
Oh, shit.
30.
Sorry. Well, you could have just like ignored me for a moment there. I'm just thinking of all the, New World Order agenda.
Yeah.
Crap. That's what made me think nice. They just keep reaffirming these things instead of people thinking that, these people who talk about this stuff are crazy conspiracy theorists. They just keep doing things to make you go, maybe they're not so crazy after all.
Yeah. All right. But so again, nurses were fired. They were put on leave. You have pilots. You have farmers that are told, no, you can't farm your land like, they did in the Netherlands, like they're doing in Sri Lanka and all these other countries. And you see the revolt that's going on. The police will literally shoot you to enact this policy. We've seen that in the Netherlands. A cop fired at a farmer in a tractor.
Right? He wasn't even doing anything. He was just sitting there twiddling his thumbs and shit. And you start shooting at
Yeah,
him.
in
Like,
his
the hell?
mind you, those Netherlands, those Netherland folk, they ain't joking around. But so okay, so Canadian Prime Minister Justin Castro has decided to move forward with his cap on nitrogen emissions by reducing fertilizer use, even as provincial agriculture ministers beg him to stop. And he says, no, no. Russia, Ukraine? Oh, no fertilizer coming from there. Well, we have an agenda to push. Directly contradictory. You know, there's all these talks about food shortages coming. You would think, hey, if fertilizer and grain isn't coming out of Russia and Ukraine, respectively, then should we not look at increasing our production in order to offset that so that you're more than happy to send billions upon billions of our money to other countries to fund a war, which the majority of Canada, I am fairly certain, does not support. If not, well, you know what? Then call me the minority.
You know what just came to my mind that's suddenly mind-boggling? I've been up all night with this. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so when you had other people from other countries, which it wasn't even half of the money that people were getting for the Freedom Convoy that were helping donate to literally just truckers being there and people trying to fight for freedom, okay? Non-violently, I might add. Now, that was like a huge thing. Like, you just don't do that. Other countries funding for this. This is nay, 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 nay. But the funny thing is, there's an active war going on over there. And what are we doing? We are actually funding
it
and giving weapons to an active war. Yet that is okay.
All right. Here, how about this? How about
Interesting.
This? What is Canada's position on guns for self-defense? No, don't. No, you can't. But we will literally send military equipment to every man, woman, and child in Ukraine. Every person that says I'm trans, they say tough shit. You know what? Get to the front lines. In fact, you know what? I'll pull you by your dick and pull you to the front line myself if I have to. But Canada is actually saying, the Canadian government is actually saying, they're making an argument for it. The Canadian government is saying, yeah, absolutely. In order to protect and secure this nation, send military equipment. Well, what about our nation? Oh, no.
We don't need
We're just
protecting.
going to send people in.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, we have our wonderful federal government who's prosecuting people. All right, so let's continue with it. So as per a Government of Saskatchewan news release, both the Alberta and Saskatchewan ministers of agriculture have expressed profound disappointment in Trudeau's decision to attempt to reduce nitrogen emissions from fertilizer. As previously reported by the Countersignal in December 2020, the Trudeau government unveiled its new climate plan with a focus on reducing nitrous oxide emissions from fertilizer by 2030.
I'm good. I'm really, not always does this thing up here work, but once in a while, she surprises me.
Yeah. So, at some point, this has to be intentional. It has to be by design. Because who's going to suffer the most from this? The middle class will get bumped down to the lower income. They'll be poor. The poor will be unsustainable and will end up starving out and dying, which Bill Gates has very vehemently supported, where they said that we need to reduce. The World Economic Forum has clearly said that we have about 8 billion, or was it 5 billion useless eaters. That is their words. So at some point, how many times do you got to get punched in the face where you finally go, yeah, maybe they're fighting me?
I don't know. I'm thinking a lot. And I mean, speaking of getting punched in the face, anybody out there who's watching, don't forget to punch that subscribe button. Beat the shit out of that thing.
Notification bell, even though I hate the notification bell, and I don't partake in bell bashing. Although ball bashing, now that's something I can enjoy.
That's what they should do. They should turn the notification bell into notification balls and just have like two dangly balls.
Yeah. Bing, 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 bing.
Be like,
All right.
No, just touch it lightly. They're sensitive.
But I'll take a line from our split personality friend. Am I crazy for thinking at some point this has to be intentional?
I don't think so anymore. I mean, I've brought this up many times because the people just they're making arguments for them. But before, I used to think certain conspiracy people were a little nutso. Now it's not seeming so crazy anymore.
Yeah.
So,
well, but you're seeing, so even the Farmers Forum, which is a news publication directed to farmers. Shut up. They're saying they are now pontificating whether Trudeau is intentionally trying to cause a food shortage, keep the people hungry so that they can't revolt. This is North Korea. As Yao Ming Park had said, that we couldn't revolt against the government because our overwhelming desire for food. That's actually what she had even said. I was listening to the interview with when she was on Jordan Peterson's podcast, and she was saying the only reason I went to China is because I thought I could get a bowl of rice.
wait, what?
Listen to Yao Ming Park. Look it up on Jordan Peterson's podcast. She made her rounds. She was on Joe Rogan too, telling her story, and it was honestly, it was heartbreaking. And I because it was a story of perseverance, of self, you know, I don't even know necessarily self reflection, but what she had to do in order to survive. And you hear about her story, and she has the audacity, and I use that tongue in cheek, obviously, to say, I was one of the lucky ones. The way I was abused, the way I was treated, and I was one of the lucky ones. That's her perspective
That's sad.
of escaping North Korea, of being sold into slavery, to be used and abused by men, by her government, by the worst people in the world. And she says, I'm one of the lucky ones. It was incredible, an incredible interview. If you haven't seen it, I would strongly encourage everyone take the hour, because when Jordan Peterson, he kind of wears his heart on his sleeve. He's very passionate, and you could see the reverence that he had for the institution of, like, the university institution. And when she is saying, all I experienced was to be silent, to not talk, to not share my opinion, where they tried to indoctrinate me with the same things that I fled the country from. And Jordan, or Mr. Peterson, or Dr. Peterson, says, was there any redeeming qualities with university? And she thinks about it. Or I guess his question, a better way to put it was, his question was there one class where this wasn't experienced, where you weren't being silenced for having a different opinion, where you weren't being indoctrinated to check your privilege and all this type of stuff? And she had to think about it. And he goes, the fact that you have to think about it means that this institution has absolutely failed you.
100%.
And you can see, and he starts getting emotional. You could see his eyes are welling up. He's upset, and he says, I'm so sorry that a prestigious university that's supposed to be the highest level of learning, and they failed you. And you could see just how upset he gets. But that I would encourage anyone go watch that, and it puts so much into perspective how privileged we are as a Western nation, where we have the freedom of choice. When she, I think she said when she came here, she thought the baby come back. You can oh, hello. Hi. But she said that when she came to America, she thought the supermarkets were fake because they were just full of food. Can you believe that?
Yeah. I,
We're so
no,
privileged.
I mean, like because we do come from a privileged lifestyle, obviously. That no, well, I mean, I guess I could kind of
I
imagine
can't
it.
hear you.
You can't.
Oh, now you're back. Now you're back.
Son of a. Anyway, I was just gonna say no. I I can't totally envision it, but I guess kind of with the pandemic and stuff like that. Like you kind of see the empty shelves and stuff like that, and to me that was pretty shocking. Like I guess from somebody living like that, where literally their shelves are always empty, to coming here and be like, oh my god, there's actually food on the shelves. That'd be sad.
Oh, or she said that she grew up, she got her protein from bugs that she could catch, from dragonflies and stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you ever when I think of people eating bugs? That's right. I think about this. Do you ever think of like in the movie The Lion King when Simba and Timon and Pumbaa, they're all having and there was that big, thick, juicy caterpillar.
Yeah.
That's what I think of. Every time I think of people eating bugs, I think of that big, juicy caterpillar. So gross.
Yeah. All right, but so let's kind of get all right, so the farmers who we rely on to produce our food, the
Yeah.
truckers who you rely on in order to ship it. But so all right, so even from the farmers forum, so does Ottawa want a food shortage? Federal government wants to cut nitrogen fertilizer by 30%, but that will reduce food supply. So farmers are saying you're going to screw us over. In fact, you're going to cost the Canadian economy about $48 billion.
Oh, shiza.
Mind you, that's in lost sales because of lower yields over the next 8 years. So you're looking at about, what, $8 billion just gone. Just gone, just from fertilizer.
Poof.
Yeah. So this has to be intentional. At what point is this not? The World Economic Forum has, like I stated earlier, they have made it very clear. We need to reduce our emissions. We need to cut back on all this. Well, you don't see any political people cutting back. They talk it, but they definitely sure as shit can't walk it. They're more than happy to say, well, I have jet setting and I have policies to push. So you know what? I'm more important than you. That's
Of
a lot of
course.
what's kind of going on here.
Well, I mean,
All right, and
to be fair, in their mind, they are. So,
it's the absolute epitome of narcissism. That you are the most important, you are the most intelligent. You know, this is central planning in action. You want to see, oh, how did Germany come this way? How did this happen? How did they get there? Look at the past 2 years. Have you not been paying attention?
I know. I completely forgot to mention that Justin Trudeau is actually coming out with a book, How to Be a Narcissist. Apparently, it's going to be like top
Mein
seller.
Kampf is better.
No.
Mein Kampf is better. All right, but so let's even let's curtail this into another segment or another story. The federal bank asked employees to secretly record names of Freedom Convoy supporters.
Say what?
Yeah, yeah. So even though this FCC, the Farm Credit Canada of Regina, what a shitty name. First off, stupid name. Your name sucks. So they told employees to secretly record the names of customers who supported the Freedom Convoy. The access to information records contradict the agency's public denial. It began blacklisting clients in support of activity related to the Freedom Convoy. They said flat out, "No, we're not doing that. We're not limiting them in any way, shape, or form. We didn't do that."
Right.
Staff email showed managers were still compiling names of customers even after federal government lifted the Emergencies Act.
For
Even after.
for what purpose? Like, was this to like get us all together and ship us off into an island somewhere or something? Just get rid of those freedom fighters, people who want freedom. Get them out of here.
This is them trying to garner favor for the Gestapo, for our dear leader, Justin Trudeau, and your stupid haircut.
I don't
Why
want.
do dictators have such bad haircuts?
I don't know.
Can you not afford a hairdresser? Like something? Get like
Right?
you just put a bowl in your head and look at I'm one of the folks. No, you're not. You look silly. You have silly hair. You have silly hair, Justin Trudeau, and I'm gonna make fun of it.
Silly Billy.
Especially after your wife left you because you're a womanizer.
Did she really leave him?
That's what I hear.
Oh
yeah, for 2 years, even though they've kept up appearances.
No.
I guess she finally had enough of his womanizing ass, allegedly.
Oh, okay. Allegedly. Okay.
No, I mean that he's allegedly a womanizer.
But did she actually leave him? Like, are they really like not together anymore? That's a real thing. Not just hearsay.
Well, I haven't seen it personally. I'm sorry, I'm too busy working. But so to continue with this, so if you become this is a statement from the Farm Credit Canada of Regina. What a stupid. If you
Definitely is
become
a
aware of a
mouthful.
customer's involvement report. Okay, so if you become aware of a customer's involvement, report it immediately. An involvement in the Freedom Convoy. Sophie Perlotte, I don't care. You're a bad person. The agency's chief operating officer wrote in a staff email. Farm credit customers suspected of sympathizing with the Freedom Convoy were not to be told they were under watch. Wrote this Sophie Big Meanie Head. It continues with include the customer's name, stated involvement, date, and any other pertinent details. Please do not complete any investigative work yourself or communicate any information about FCC's approach. That dude was close as fuck. To customers who voluntarily disclose their involvement.
Hold on. I like that how it's like,
anything.
yeah, I like how it's like, okay, I want you to do all these things, but don't do any investigating yourself. Well, that's exactly what you're telling me to do. Like, I don't get it.
But I'm not. So even BlackRock's reporter disclosed a farm credit blacklist last February of 24. So that's coming up here. The agency publicly denied it. FCC has not compiled any list with respect to the Freedom Convoy, wrote managers. FCC employees must not speak to media. Okay. Internal emails reveal FCC employees questioned the directive to report the names and other pertinent details of customers who expressed support for the Freedom Convoy. Why are we investigating this? Wrote one manager. I expected we would get a list from the RCMP. So the RCMP. So you remember that where how the RCMP was doling out lists to banks in order to have accounts frozen. They were compiling lists that how dare you go after the government? How dare you protest the government? Another manager questioned how the Emergencies Act might impact on how we proceed if a customer was asked to repay their loans and didn't. Records indicate one unnamed FCC director learned of a customer who self-declared as a convoy sympathizer. Folks just didn't know what to do. Another management email stressed, we are not asking them to hunt people down and start scouring the net to see if a customer was involved. However, Records show at least as February 28th, 5 days after Cabinet lifted the Emergencies Act. 5 days after. After. Agency employees continue to report names of customers for blacklisting as Freedom Convoy sympathizers. Here's another tip for the file or for file. Wrote one employee. I have identified 2 FCC customers that occupied Ottawa, wrote another. Both had trucks parked, blockade, and there are several photographs online. Oh, but you're not supposed to go investigate it yourself. Something, dude, start suing this fucking place. Do something. The emails were among 1,082 pages of FCC censored documents released through access to information.
Okay.
Over 1,000 documents.
Is it just me or they're yeah, 100%, but like
holy
they're
shit.
literally making these people sound like Al-Qaeda just came to town. Or ISIS or something. Like there's a massive threat coming. We gotta crack down. We gotta take out their freaking bank accounts. We need to do our investigation. We need to find these people. They need to be taken out. Like they just need to be gone. Like really? But what?
Do you see the level of crazy? Because the media. How did the media paint these people? Like I said, Jagmeet Singh said flat out. He said to Canadian citizens, sorry, I don't mean to yell, but I can't hear me. So, okay, I'll do that. Sorry, I don't mean to yell. So
I think you do.
I can't hear me.
He's always so loud.
But Jake, yeah, you know what? I am. But Jagmeet Singh said to Canadians, if you're practicing a charter right, which the judge was citing charter violations and protected acts from Tamara Litch. Oh my God, you're so loud. That over and over was citing charter. These were charter protected activities that every citizen is capable of. And Jagmeet and Justin Trudeau, both of them, when they're not holding each other's dicks, are sitting there and saying, yeah, how do you like that mental image? Huh?
See, that's what I was saying in their mouth. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. He likes the brown sausage.
I don't know. Every time I think of them, I think of that beautiful meme that somebody had created with Justin Trudeau sitting in that chair and Jagmeet dancing for him. That will never leave my brain. So whoever created that, thank you.
No, but so he had said that they came to Ottawa in order to overthrow the government. They were terrorists. They were insurrectionists. A little bit of a pot calling the kettle black, right? Considering you actively worked with a terrorist organization. I guess you have firsthand knowledge of that, right? Where you spoke about terrorist groups bombing places.
Oh, 100%.
Just my observation, but but this is terrifying. This is and you know what? I don't blame people that would say, hey, you know what? I was being hunted virtually. I was being a list was being compiled for what? For what? For what? What type of retribution?
There are so many actual criminals out there, like actual criminals who are like doing horrible things to children. They're doing horrible things to adults. They're doing, there's fraud. There's a murder, actual terrorism. Like that's why I said doing horrible things to children. Like they're literally spending all of their money, all of their efforts and everything on literally trying to find people who donated to truckers to go to Ottawa and just ask for freedom and ask for these mandates to be done. And they're literally treating them like hardcore criminals.
Well, and what and Justin Trudeau, they're misogynists. They're sexist.
Oh God.
They don't believe in science. Like a little bit of confession through projection. Considering
100%.
you were strictly accused of groping women and you publicly apologize for. Science deniers, weird, because Canada is the only place that has a vaccine mandate for travel. You're the only place that has shut down places, continued to shut down places, even after every other country has said, yo, this was kind of dumb. Bigoted,
Yeah.
you literally said, I don't like you because of your association to a
Yeah. Your unacceptable views.
that is literally the definition of bigoted. You ran from people that literally drove across the country to come and peacefully protest and petition and their government.
They just wanted to talk. That's all they wanted to do.
But
they didn't want to overthrow you. They didn't want to hurt you. Like, get over yourself. They just wanted to have a conversation with you, and you ran away.
Well, and now he's just saying, you know what? Tough hockey. That, you know what? Food supplies are going to be strained. Oh, well, we have an agenda to push. Oh, the starving people of the world. Oh, well, I'm going to be okay. I'll be okay because I'm the communist leader. So, I say, man, you have to get the fuck out of cities.
Yeah, get the hell
out of cities.
Get out.
Holy, like this is a little. I don't know. I'll phone the bank tomorrow and I'll ask, like, hey, what is your position on you compiling hit lists for customers? Because this is, I would say there should be a federal investigation, and every single person that actually did this, I think, should be charged.
Yeah, I agree.
But the media pushed it. The media immediately said, you know, they couldn't vilify them. You know, first they ignored it. You remember, like, initially how the Freedom Convoy, it was, oh, there's a truck protest for unsafe roads in, I think it was around Kelowna.
Oh, I know. They were
Remember that?
Literally trying to make up absolutely anything that was the complete opposite of what they were actually doing, because they didn't want the media to know about it. And again, this is something that literally the majority of the information that I even found out from the Freedom Convoy came from the States news, because you couldn't find it on Canadian news other than on Rebel.
Yeah. So what again, let's think about this quickly before we leave. What did they do? They hid it. They denied its existence until it was irrefutable that this was going on. And then what did they do? Oh, it's few trucks. It's only a couple. It's a very small group. Oh, okay. Then it was, you could not mute that. Then what? When they could no longer deny it, what did they do?
Insult.
They vilified and demonized those people.
Yeah, 100%.
And now Justin Trudeau has a vendetta about for what, Alberta and Saskatchewan that are trying to do their job, trying to supply energy. We have an energy crisis looming. We have a food crisis looming. And the federal government says, oh, well, people are saying no. Well, I say yes. Okay, so you're a dictator.
I just want to say to anybody out there who is Canadian that's actually listening to this, we have a lot of American listeners. But to anybody who's Canadian, please go out and vote. Get him out of here. Like, we need to get him gone. He is destroying Canada. He's turning Canada into something that Canada is not. I miss the country that I was proud of. I really do.
I was actually proud, you know, and I said, you know, Viva Fry, he went down there, he was reporting on it. There were a bunch of other people that were down there reporting on it and saying, yo, all the things that the media was saying was complete lies.
Well, yeah, and they were live streaming. This wasn't just like, you know, videoed and then edited. Nay. This was like hours and hours and hours all day long of live feeds. So, I mean, you can't really lie to a live feed. It's constantly going. So if there's this crazy crap that's going on that Justin or anybody else is spouting about, it would have been caught on those things. You would have seen something. You would have seen some sort of violence, some sort of anything. The only thing that you've seen violence-wise is when the RCMP came in and the cops came in and they were hurting people. That is literally the only violence you've seen. Now, you're going to tell me out of thousands of people, not one person, they all banded together and not one person would show the true violence going on. They hid it all.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
No.
like, that's all you needed was like one instance of protesters like beating people, but they didn't. But of course, anything we do talk about, their sources will be listed. Look for the information yourself. So what is there anything else, or you want to get the hell out of here?
Well, we were talking about YouTube Shorts earlier today, so I don't know if you wanted to touch on that a little bit.
Oh, right. What the hell were we? Oh, right. I was going to say, so YouTube Shorts. So YouTube is now they're pushing. We need to get shorts. We need shorts. These like minute-long videos. The thing that I hate with them is it's almost like a roulette wheel. Or I don't know, roulette wheel. Sure, whatever. But it's like you're trying like you might find something interesting in one video, but then it's a dumb video, dumb video, dumb video, dumb video, dumb video, go, 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 But then you find one, it's like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, and it's like that type of thing where you're just looking for, something that's interesting, something to teach you, and it's, once in a while you find something interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's so many people who have such short attention spans nowadays that literally sitting and listening to an entire podcast is just too much. The ADHD starts going and you just can't. And the funny thing is when we were talking about these shorts, because we were actually talking about putting some of our like clips of our videos and stuff like that and making shorts into them. And so he was having issues, shorts, baby. Anyway, but he was having issues getting a 15, or they were only allowing like 15 seconds or something like that. And I was like, oh, maybe that's how long they are. So then I went onto there and I'm watching the shorts and I'm like, okay, well, no, it's definitely not only 15 seconds. They are a bit longer than that. But then I was stuck on that thing for over an hour until we started podcasting. I couldn't stop. Like, and I have ADHD, so it was literally just like this, like, ooh, something new, ooh, something new, ooh, something new. Like it was like a sensory overload. I get it. I totally get it. But
all right, let's get out of here. I think they're bullshit, but this is what YouTube wants. So you have to play by their rules. Fucking bullshit. But.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day to come sit with us and listen to some of the stuff that we got to say about the craziness going on in the world today. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic day tomorrow. What?
You're just making that longer, aren't you?
Do you guys want to hear my sultry voice? I can rhyme in sultry too. Anyway. Have a fantastic evening. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget you check us out in all the places listed in the description box below. Like, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye, guys.